Greetings from Prague, Czech Republic. Welcome to IP Intercoms Basic Installation Training. I will show you today our IP intercoms, especially how to put all components together and how to offer something extra with our accessories and licensed features. I will also teach you how to prepare the intercom for configuration. We care about your safety. Our intercoms let you communicate remotely from a safe place. The visitor comes in front of your door and presses the button. This triggers a call to an internal unit. You can verify who is there. The video from intercom's camera can help you with the decision if you answer the call or not. If you do, then you can talk with the person and maybe give the person access to your building. The door strike can be used remotely and visitors get in. This is the most typical scenario, but there is more what we can do. Our intercoms can handle access for residents or employees of the building. The picture is showing the access by providing secret code via the keypad. And our solution offers even more. Here are some examples. Monitor cameras 24/7, or integrate our intercoms with third-party systems, especially with video management and home automation systems. Our IP intercoms are using the same infrastructure as computers. You have switches for local interconnection and routers to connect other networks, including the internet. The intercom can reach an answering unit in the same network and also in other networks, as the picture is showing. Endpoints in IP networks are smart. The computer can communicate with another computer without a server. The intercom can also communicate with an answering unit without a central unit. All communication and access control rules can be stored in the intercom. The central unit can just make things easier if you have a large installation, when it is quicker to do settings just in one place. As you can reach other computers in some different part of the world, then you can do the same thing with our IP intercoms. It makes an easier job also for technicians who can configure and manage sites remotely. The typical local network is set for approximately 250 devices. There is usually enough space to add another unit, and if not, then the network can be easily adjusted to much higher numbers. We are using open protocols. This allows us to integrate with various systems. We have SIP protocol for calling. We have a full on-with support. We can transfer a camera picture. We can transfer also a voice. We can let the video management system control our intercom's outputs. The third most used protocol is HTTP, which can be used to trigger almost any feature, for example, remote door opening. The IP is becoming dominant protocol. Different type of devices are turning to IP, and then these devices are easier to integrate. This technology is familiar for IT department. It is easier to find a person who can install or maintain an IP system. We have 6 models of IP intercoms: Verso, Vario, Force, Safety, Base, and Uni. The last 2 models can have 1 or 2 buttons. They are designed for basic calling and a remote door opening. The difference between Base and Uni is that Base has an integrated camera and you can equip the unit with a card reader, which is optional. Force and Safety are resistant to weather, pollution, and human vandalism. We performed all tests and we have certificates that these 2 IP intercoms comply with IP69K and IK10. These are the highest ranks that you can get for protection. Verso and Vario are modular systems. If you need a lot of physical buttons, then Vario can have up to 54 buttons and Verso up to 146 buttons. If you need to reach even more destinations, then these models have also a display with up to 2000 positions in the phone book. Verso is our top model with most type of interfaces and with cutting-edge technologies. Verso, Vario, Force, and Safety have also extra features. Part of them is licensed. The most typical installation is next to the door. The intercom can be installed inside or outside a building. It can be placed on the surface or under the surface. There are more places where you can find our intercoms. Here are some examples. 2N Helios IP safety as an emergency point on highway, and 2N Helios IP uni as a communication point in a city center. The last picture is showing parking place. You might think that there is not our intercom, but the truth is that there is. We can provide just the electronic part. You can build your own intercom with your own or third-party front panel and connect interfaces to 2N Helios IP audio kit or 2N Helios IP video kit. You can recognize from the name what is the main difference. Only video kit can process image from connected camera or another IP camera. It supports also HD audio codec G722, and it can also support a low bandwidth license codec G729. We can make your integration easier by providing additional components like microphone, speaker, camera, and button. I would like to note that the recommended minimum distance between microphone and speaker is 20 cm. This is usually a safe distance to prevent echo. Both types can be mounted in DIN rail or to other surface type with screws. We started in the 90s by developing phone systems, and we changed the focus to IP intercoms about 10 years ago. We have regular firmware releases, you can enjoy new features every 3 months, and it doesn't matter when you bought the unit. All intercoms can be upgraded to latest firmware version. If you learn to set one model, then you can set up also others as the settings are same. All intercoms are ready for outdoor and indoor installation. There is always at least one output. The number of outputs can be usually extended to 4, so you can have better control of devices outside the intercom. Let's see in detail how to choose the right intercom. The first step: should the intercom be installed on a surface or under surface? The surface mounting is available on all intercoms. The flush mounting is not available on 2N Helios IP base. The second step: should the intercom have a camera to stream video? Some models have it optional, some have only one version. The third step: which interfaces do I need to satisfy customers' requirements? The Verso has most interfaces, other models have only some of them. The fourth step: which power source should I use? It is usually better to use powering over Ethernet, as you need just one cable connected to the intercom. I will show you later in details. The last step is something you might solve before or after installation. Some features are licensed. You might pre-order license or wait till the real installation to see if the license is required or not. License features are available on Verso, Vario, Force, Safety, and Audio video kits. Now I will go through all intercoms to see what is available for each model. We will go from the intercom with most options. 2N Helios IP Verso is a modular system. You can see the main unit, which can be supplied with or without camera. The camera supports night vision and the digital point to zoom. There is always one button and one free slot for an extra module. All slots are connected through a bus cable. The maximum number of modules is 30. Each slot can contain one small and one big module. If you use just one module per slot, then you can have up to 30 slots. If you need more buttons, then there is a module with extra 5 buttons. The call can be also started by dialing number with a keypad, which can be physical or virtual on touch display. The keypad can be used also for access control. The access can be given upon pressing correct code, which can be different for each user. Another way is to use a mobile phone or a card as your ID to let you in. We are using Bluetooth for communication with iOS and Android phones. There are a lot of different cards and we have several readers for successful integration. The last 3 big modules have each specific purpose. Info panel lets you insert a paper with text or company logo, and it makes it visible during the night as it provides backlight. Another module is induction loop, which can transmit audio to people with hearing aid. The last one is the blind module, which covers free slot outside the main unit. And there are even more modules which can be placed under big ones. Vegan module is used for interconnection of third-party access control devices. I/O module extends a number of inputs and outputs. The main unit has already 2 outputs plus 1 input. You can reach much higher numbers with I/O module. The last one here is the temper switch, which can be connected to weekend or I/O module. The temper switch detects unauthorized cover opening. For example, you can start an alarm sound. There is a lot of modules now, and there will be definitely more coming. If we decide to try something new, then it will most likely appear first on Verso, as it is modular system, and it is easier to prepare a new module than a whole intercom. Once we know modules for installation, then we also know a number of slots. You can see that we have 3 slots, 2 slots and 1 slot cover. The main unit always takes 2 slots, so you need 2 slots or 3 slots frame for the main unit. The 1 slot frame can be used for separate installation of one module. Now you see accessories for flash installation, where you need a frame and a box. The surface installation usually requires just the frame. The frame is different. You can see that sides are narrower, as you don't need to cover the hole in the wall. There is optional backplate which you can use for glass or uneven surfaces. We can provide you with 7 different sizes. I would like to note here one important step during installation of the frame with 3 slots. The microphone has to be moved from the main unit to the bottom. You might see that there is a little hole at the bottom. If you forget to do this, then the communication is usually very silent. Please check first the microphone. I have here now few gadgets. If you need a specific number of buttons, then you can hide unused positions by blind buttons. The picture is showing how to make a 3-button intercom from 6-button intercom. Verso modules are coming with a 22 cm long bus cable. This is enough to connect 2 slots which are next to each other. If you need to handle longer distance, then you can order 1, 3 or 5 meter long cable. Just be aware that only one such cable can be used per intercom. Here you can see the most typical example of long cable usage, when you need a module on another side of the door. One card reader lets people in, and another one lets them out. Other intercoms have a different system how to put them together. They are not modular, and you have to choose fixed combination of interfaces. You can see it here with 2 Helios IP Vario. We can divide the intercom in 3 sections, and each section has more versions. You can have a camera or no camera. You can have 1, 3 or 6 buttons. You can have the keypad or no keypad. The total number of possible combinations is 12, and there is one special. The display model has a phone book. There is always the keypad and the camera. The display model is also delivered with a gold license, which is a pretty nice bonus. The number of buttons can be extended up to 54 with additional extenders. The maximum number of extenders is 3. We can provide also an info panel. The card reader is suitable for all Vario versions. It adds also some outputs and inputs. It supports only 125 kHz cards. If you need just extra output, then there is an additional switch. If you put everything together, then you have 4 outputs to control. The mounting is not dependent only if it is flush or surface installation. It also depends where the unit is installed. The external installation requires a roof as a rain protection. You can see that all accessories are for 1 or 2 units. There is nothing special needed if you have an internal installation on a surface. We are moving to 2 Helios IP4s. This intercom might have from 1 to 4 buttons. There is a version with the pictograms, keypad, and a place for a card reader. All these 5 versions can be delivered with HD camera, camera, or no camera. You can select from 15 versions in total. Only the flush mounting requires an installation box. We have one for plasterboard and one for a brick wall. There is nothing extra required for installation on a surface. If you have an installation next to the gate where you need an access from a car, then you can use our gooseneck stand. The height is 1.2 meter. If we look on accessories, then you can again increase the number of outputs up to 3 with an additional switch, or up to 4 with a card reader. Only one board can be installed under the front panel. The card reader gives you more options and you have more versions to choose from. 2N Helios IP safety is 1 or 2 buttons emergency point. We have exactly these 3 versions. The only extra board is the additional switch. The main unit has 2 outputs. It is same for 2N Helios IP Force. The additional switch adds 1 more output. The mounting is similar to 2N Helios IP Force. Just be aware that you have to order the frame for flash installation separately. Force has the black frame included with the main unit. You can again use the black gooseneck. 2N Helios IP base has always camera, pictograms, and 1 or 2 buttons. Optionally, you can add 1 of 2 card readers. We can provide also installation plate for uneven surface. This intercom supports only surface mounting. 2N Helios IP Uni is 1 or 2 buttons intercom. If you need a camera, then choose base intercom. If you need just a voice communication, then select Uni. The default package has a box for flash mount installation. The surface cover can be ordered separately. We went through all intercoms and now we will look on common accessories. You can call from one intercom to another intercom, but it is more common that there is something else on the other end. We can offer black or white 2N indoor touch as an answering unit. It has 7-inch screen and it can be mounted on a wall or on the stand, which is sold as an additional accessory. You can use also other SIP terminals, or you can install our application called 2N Mobile Video, which makes your phone or tablet into an answering unit. The service is provided through our cloud service My2N. A data connection is required on the intercom and on the mobile device side. 2N Indoor Touch can work also in local network without any internet connection. We offer a wide range of accessories. We can provide you with several types of electrical strikes. All of them can open a door by remote activation. The security relay can be installed between the strike and the intercom in a place which is not reachable from outside the building. If somebody breaks in the intercom, then the relay prevents unauthorized door opening, as it requires special code and only the intercom knows the code. If you have a door without mechanical opening, then you can use exit button to release the door strike. External card reader can be placed on another side of a door. It's connected via weekend interface, which can be installed in Force, Vario, and Verso. I put the Verso in brackets, as the Verso itself can achieve installation on 2 sides with longer bus cable. Magnetic door contact increases again the security, as you can use it as intercom's input to detect a violent opening or an unclosed door. If a customer has no cards or key fobs, then we can provide them as well. All these accessories were related to access control. Some of them can even increase the security. I chose few more accessories for you. If the site has a network without PoE infrastructure, then we can supply PoE injectors or 12-volt power supply adapters. 2N 2-wire is converting Ethernet cable into wires and then back to Ethernet. If it is hard to install a new cable and there is old cabling with at least 2 free wires, then you can use this converter. It can reach distance over 200 meters. External IP relay can be placed anywhere in the network, and our intercom can remotely control the output over IP. If you need to manage a lot of cards, then it is easier to have a card reader connected to your computer via USB cable. The other option is to read card ID on the intercom itself. Now I will make a quick overview about licensing. You can see all licenses with features together with a usage example. Enhanced audio enables user sounds, automatic audio test, and noise detection. It is usually used for emergency points for the automatic check that microphone and speaker are working. Enhanced video enables audio-video streaming, external IP camera, on-with, point-to-zoom function, and motion detection. You will need this license for integration with video management systems. The video streaming during a call is free. Enhanced integrations enables extended switch settings, HTTP API, automation, email sending, automatic update, FTP client, SNMP client, TR069. It is typical to use this license for integration with home automation systems and generally for any advanced monitoring and integration. Enhanced security enables 802.1x protocol, SIPs, and SRTP. It allows encrypted communication, which is appreciated not only by banks and state authorities, but also by some corporate customers. NFC license unlocks NFC reading in NFC card readers. If a phone is also supporting NFC, then it can be used as ID instead of cards or key fobs. This is possible only on Android phones. Apple restricted NFC only to payment authorization. iOS devices are not working with our readers. Instead, you can use Bluetooth for both platforms. All previous licenses can be bought in one package as Gold license. G729 license enables G729 audio codec, which might be required by some VoIP operators, especially for calling over the internet. InformaCast is another special license which enables integration with Cisco paging systems. The Gold license can be activated one time from the web interface for 30 days, which should be enough time to make necessary testing. This trial cannot be extended. If you are on installation and you found out that you need a license, then you can activate the trial license and you can leave the site. Once you purchase the license, then the intercom will automatically download it over the internet. If intercom has a data connection, then there is no need to visit the site again, just because of the license. Now, I will focus on real installation when you have the intercom on your desk or already placed at a final installation site. The basic installation is simple, especially if you have a network with PoE. Just remove the cover and plug the Ethernet cable. The only exception is our first IP Intercom 2 and Helios IP Vario. Here you must cut the connector and connect each wire in the terminal block. If you can influence the network infrastructure before an installation, then I recommend placing their switches with PoE support. Another option is to use PoE injector, which is connected between the intercom and network infrastructure. It allows to put intercom in a place where is no power source. The power source must be connected just to the injector. The maximum length of both Ethernet cables in total is still 100 meters. The injector is just inserting the power. It is not improving data transmission. The last option is the 12-volt power adapter. The disadvantage is that you need a power source close to the intercom. We have connected intercom to the network and we need to find IP address to start configuration. 2N network scanner can do it. It will list different 2N devices together with IP addresses, serial numbers and firmware versions. It is available for free at 2N webpage. Let's see this in action. I want to configure Verso, which is highlighted. I double-click on the line. It will open the web browser with intercom's IP address. If you get a warning message, then skip it. Enter admin and 2N. This is the default password for first-time login. Enter your new password, which you will remember. If you forget it, then you can get in the intercom only after the factory reset. We are ready for configuration. This is the welcome screen after successful login. You can find some basic information in green part. Click there to see more details about the intercom. You can see on the left side the picture from the camera and links to the manual and 2N webpage. The right side leads you to different sections with settings. You can use colors for easier communication when supporting somebody remotely. The blue part is all about users, how to call them, which are their access rights. The violet part is about general features which are independent on users. You can set here, for example, video streaming to video management systems. The dark gray part is about hardware tuning. Some examples. How long should the switch be opened? Which button is linked to the specific user? What should be camera resolution? The orange part is the administration of the intercom itself. You can change here IP settings or set date synchronization. You can make a backup, which might be useful if you forget the password. You can make a network trace and see what is happening with the tool called Wireshark. The configuration itself is covered by other webinars. Our knowledge base is big. I will help you with your first steps through our website. 2n.cz. Here is download page for firmware, software and documents. You can find here also order numbers of components which I showed today. If you are a project planner, then you can find here models for Autodesk Revit and drawings for AutoCAD. wiki.2n.cz. All manuals are here. Each intercom has its own installation manual. You can find there also technical parameters. It is sort of datasheet. Other manuals are common for all intercoms. The configuration manual explains all parameters. You can find here also a comparison of 2N intercoms and licenses. The interoperability manual has a list of all third-party devices which we tested or integrated. Check this to see what is working and which settings we use during our testing. There is also a manual for automation and HTTP API. faq.2n.cz is all about short how-to guides, including troubleshooting steps. It is also another place to check for integration with third-party devices and software. Training.2n.cz contains the list of all webinars in 7 languages. You will get shortly a recommendation which one to follow after this session. And at last, we have also YouTube with video tutorials and product presentations. We are at the end of this presentation. I am ready to answer your questions. Thank you for participating in this webinar. This is the first webinar in the series and you can follow up with call configuration. You will receive this presentation together with extra slides in your email. There are suggested activities and questions to strengthen your knowledge. I encourage you to check it out. If you have further questions about this webinar, then you can write to training@2n.cz. If you are our direct distributor, then you can also use our support portal at support.2n.cz. At the end, I would like to highlight our pre-sales services. Maybe you have already some project in your mind. You can reach our team at presales@2n.cz. Thank you for attending this session and see you in another webinar.